Hi guys, Frank here with Motor Sportsland at 4001 South State in Millcreek. I'm going to do this video on this 199, this Keystone Hideout 199BHS. Kind of a unique floor plan. Kind of excited to show it to you. For about 22.5 feet long, super lightweight, about 4,050 pounds to be exact on the unloaded vehicle weight. We're gonna check this thing out. It's just one of those ones where you can pull with a lighter vehicle, lighter truck, SUV, stuff like that, and have all the amenities, couch and dinette setup. We'll show you inside, but just going around the outside, I love how they also do an awning almost spanning the whole entirety of the trailer itself. So a lot of people don't think about this, but this is actual living space out here. You throw a carpet out here, little white picket fence, couple of flamingos. I mean, you got yourself a campground set up. It's pretty cool. Coming out to the door, we do have the flip out steps. Your grab handle, this will flip up inside, lock your door, close as you're traveling. Pretty cool little setup on, once again, on the awning. They do have these shock absorbers for a reason. A lot of people do ask what for. You get a little bit of wind happening and it starts popping as you're wanting to bring your awning in. You can see how that's pushing that awning back out snug. So when you roll this up, you're not going to get this tweaked and the fabric all wrapped up in scawampus situations around the barrel. It's kind of nice where this keeps this tension on both sides on this awning and sits out straight. So if you do get a little bit of wind, obviously it's just going to pop here and there. The other nice feature about this too, you could slide this in and then lock this into place. Now people ask why, is that you get a little bit of rain on this, it will taper the rain onto here and it'll all drain to the lowest point obviously, so you can set a little bucket down here and just have it fill up with water, wash your feet off with it or whatever the case is, and then you can also just let it go, have it straight out flat. But nice little feature they've added to these awning situations here. Your height on these, as you can tell, is a little higher than most trailers. They have an East Coast build and a West Coast build. Not a lot of people know about this. We do obviously order the West Coast build up in the mountainous terrain. We do have this set up so it's a little higher for clearance and getting up to your secret spots, you know what I mean? Coming up to the storage, we do have storage up front, but we also do have a nice storage bay under the back bunk, which is massive in here. This is a really nice big pocket and hold a lot of stuff. Camping gear, obviously your cooking equipment. You have a propane quick connect right here that feeds off of your main tanks up front. So that is a propane quick connect. What I have on mine on our fifth wheel is an actual quick connect splitter. So you could pop it in there. Now you have two ports that come out. So if you do multiple devices at the same time cooking, you can do a Camp Chef barbecue, some deep fryers, even a lantern or even a fire pit that sets out a big 25-foot hose setup feeding off your main tanks for if you can't burn wood, for example. We know there's non-burn times in Utah that gets really hot. You do have a tankless water heater. So what this does, endless hot water. So if you're hooked up at a park somewhere, you could have mama take a 20-minute shower, or your granddaughter or daughter or anything like that. They can spend their time in there and take a nice full shower instead of the RV shower, which is turn the water on, get damp, shut the water off, lather up, and then turn it off, rinse off quickly. This is actually really versatile. We'll talk more about that. When you come in, we'll check this out. Outside, you do have two 110 outlets. Obviously, people ask what for. TV setup out here, a griddle, Camp Chef, your coffee maker out here while you're sitting there watching the sunrise. Coming next to it here, I'd love to talk about this because this is your furnace exhaust. A lot of people do question about the heating sources in this. This has a working 38,000 BTU furnace. And what I mean by that, it's a working furnace just like your house exhausts those natural gas fumes outside of your house. This does the same thing. Your exhaust is coming out of here as your furnace is running, so you're not worried about anything leaking inside, getting inside, asphyxiation, stuff like that. You've heard the horror stories about it, and it is scary, but this is the actual working furnace in here. Same thing as the air conditioners. They are going to be a runoff of power alone on the ACs, but this is going to be 12-volt furnace, fan, plus propane for your heating system. Up here we do have the sticker here. It does come equipped with a 200-watt solar panel mounted to the roof from the factory. What its job is, only has one job: charge those batteries. Whatever you run off your batteries, just know that it's replenishing those battery cells on a daily basis with that sun shining, even through the clouds. It's a less amperage draw, but you're still charging your batteries with that. Nice little slat out window. We'll look at that from the inside when we get in there. You do have a lockable storage cabinet. A lot of people ask that too. And as we get inside, you'll see this storage underneath here is also accessible from inside. So it's underneath that front bunk bed, or that lower bunk bed, and you can get all that underneath there. LED lights, as you can see, that run all the way across here. It's really nice to have those at nighttime. Coming around the back, everything you see on here, all your lights are all going to be LED. Inside and exterior lights will be LED lights. You do have your Lippert system, ladder system. What this is, they stopped putting the ladders mounted to the back here. It is a fully walkable roof, and why we mention this is get up there once, twice a year, maybe in the spring, or even 3-4 times, depending on where you go camping. If you've got some brush that's brushing up on the top, always get up there and go check, make sure it hasn't popped a seal or cracked anything up on top there. So fully walkable roof. It just maintains the structure of that roof. It just explains how firm that roof really is. It is a barreled roof, so you do have that water that will actually just roll off each edge, so you're not compiling on a flat roof if there's snow and ice. This actually does just melt away and drip away. The Lippert ladder system is going to be a ladder system which you can purchase separately. It doesn't come with the trailer, but it can be purchased in our parts department, and it hooks on, and there's a couple of runs above the ladder system. So a lot of people think it just hooks on right here and you're just wobbling, kneeling to crawl onto the ladder, but it does go above the ladder hookup, and it also comes down on an angle, so you're not climbing up that 90 degree to get up on the roof, and that gets a little sketchy sometimes, but this does come down on an angle, just as if you were to get on your roof at your house, you're going to lay that down on an angle. Nice setup for it. Housed for a backup camera. Now, a lot of people ask why. You can get cameras, and we do sell them at Motor Sportsland in our parts department, and we do have a full parts department here to get anything you need, but this will actually stay on as you're driving. So a lot of people think backup camera, just put it reverse and that's it, but as you're driving down the road, you could see your screen, so it's a pretty good coning system off the back. As you're switching lanes, you can see what's coming up on you and just hold off, throw your indicator on, make sure that car clears, you're cleared. You can turn left or right into a lane. That really helps, it's beneficial. Look into it, we do actually sell them. On the back here, you can see the 2 scissor jacks. We have 2 up front as well. Usually a trailer this size that we've seen competition out there, they'll have 2 on the back and they'll use their front tongue jack as the other leveling source. But this is actually a 4-point stabilizing system. They do sell in our parts store a little, just a quick connect onto your drill. It sets up on there. I believe it's a 9/16, and you just pop it on, drop those down, go inside, do the trailer dance, just wobble everything around, let everything settle, and then come back out and give it a few more cranks, stiffen that thing up so you're set for the whole weekend. So coming around here, we do have a 30 amp plug-in. This comes with a 30 amp cable as we're plugged in right now. This is a nice source where you can just pick this up, roll this up, put it inside your storage compartment, lock it away. Yeah, don't have these disappear. Other trailers that do have that big pocket where you stuff your cable into, we've seen out there in the market where people will pull those out and cut them and take them, but this is actually lockable. You can bring it inside. Now you do have your clean outs. I like how this is well above the axles. And what I mean by that is your clearance that's not hanging, dragging way down low. So as you're going up through a dip, you're not gonna connect and rip off that. Just be careful. Always watch when you're going up dips, but it's the same height as your setup on your scissor jacks, which is a nice feature to have. It is tucked away nice. Very simple setup. We'd love to walk through how to dump this, how to go through this with you if you've never done this before. It's a very simple process, guys. It really is. You get up to the site and we'll go through that with you on the lot here. And it makes it very, very simple to just clean everything out. Cable slide system on a small slide. I would say it's a big overkill, but love it. So, cable slide system, as far as this goes, is a 4-point cable slide system. It's a single motor up on top in the fascia on the inside, easy access to get to. A lot of people do ask what happens if that slide has a little bit of a problem or batteries are dead or anything like that. Couple of quick fixes on that. Plug in your 7-way plug into your vehicle as it's running. That's going to give you a little power to your batteries. Solar panel should be charging your batteries, but if the batteries for some reason aren't, the cable slide system, that motor accessible, you can put a little drill on that and actually just bring that slide in manually. As an emergency source, there's always a backup. Coming out here, you do have your city water connection. So if you are going to a park somewhere, your hose hooks right up to here. This pops off. Hook your hose onto that. You got unlimited water. Always recommend a little water regulating system, pressure regulating system that goes on here. And we'll talk more of why you probably need something like that. Fresh tank fill. Holds 37 gallons of water. You're out boondocking. You've got your whole, just pretty much off-grid setup. Your tank of water already set up there. Coming into your storage, this is a through storage, so you can actually look right to the other side there. You got access for both sides, for chairs, fishing poles, whatever you're bringing camping. Plus, remember that pocket back there. Additional solar is always nice. 200-watt panel. You're getting quite a bit of solar charge. You're 14 to 16 amps per hour that you're getting to charge your batteries, which is quite a bit for two 12-volt batteries, or you can go lithium on this as well. But additional solar plug, I like how they do this. If you do have a little bookshelf, separate solar panel you can set up, quick, easy, plug in right here, and this is going to add into your solar together to help charge your batteries that much quicker. Gives you that option if you ever want to do something like that. Coming up to the front, they do have your stone chip set up kind of high. Anything coming off the road hitting onto this is a protectant. This is kind of like a Teflon material, very easy to clean up front. We know you get bug splatters and stuff hitting up here on the road as you're driving, but guys, very simple setup on this. You can give it a quick wash and wipe off. When you come in, you can kind of feel that texture on this. It's almost like a Teflon pan type of thing. Easy to clean. Single 5-gallon tank that comes up here with your regulator system. I've had people change this out to a dual tank. We can do that here at Motor Sportsland through our service department. Great service department to talk of here, but they can take care of that. Full-size spare set up underneath here instead of on the back, so a little more secure up here, easy to get to. Drop that down for a couple of bolts right here and you're good to go. Comes with the electric tongue jack. This makes it easy to load and unload off of a hitch or an equalizer hitch, which we do carry the equalizer brand stabilizing hitches. Come talk to us about that. Little light out here for nighttime hookup. Gives you a little LED light to see what you're doing back here as well. Obviously it has a breakaway brake system, which is this cable right here. We'll go through and just show you all the stuff on a walkthrough if you want to ever come down to our lot and see what we have available. But this is a nice setup up front here as well. Let's go inside and check out this floor plan. I'm kind of excited to show it to you. Hi fellow campers out there, Frank here at Motor Sportsland. We're inside the 199BH Keystone Hideout. And this is what I was kind of telling you about this interesting floor plan. We're kind of going to go through this, and we will have pictures shown as we're kind of explaining this, but this is your front bed setup / dinette area, which also gives you a couch in here as well. So you got, we all know we've all been camping. If you haven't, let me enlighten you a little bit. It's not perfect weather every time you go camping, let me tell you that. So sometimes you're inside playing games, hanging out, watching a show or anything like that. TV mount location would be up on the wall there. You do have your outlets and your cable ports, but this will actually set up as a dinette and drop down to a bed up front. So this pops off these two posts, as we all know. These bench seats, which are kind of nice, they actually lift right off of this. Full storage underneath both boxes. So these are actually two storage boxes for the unit itself. This will sit on these 4 plastic bumpers here. They'll set down, and then this mattress will fold out. It's a tri-fold mattress. Fold out and make yourself a queen bed set up front here. Very unique looking, gives you a dinette and a couch in the caliber of a trailer this small with 2 double over double bunks, which we'll turn around and show you those real quick. Additional storage on both sides, coat hanger storage. You do have a nice little setup. I like how they put this wooden, pretty solid up there too. So a little wooden shelf across the top. Once again, your push button lights throughout. So if your last thing you're doing is going night-night and you're laying down, reach up, hit that button. You got full control of that, unless, tell Papa to go shut the light switch off. But pretty easy setup there. They do have USB and outlets on both sides. which is charging your phone system, or if you need a CPAP machine or anything like that, they do have power up ports there. Coming into the kitchen, obviously we do have your window we saw on the outside. This slides open and you have that ventilation through here, guys. This is always nice to have a window, and one thing is in the kitchen, but being able to slide open and just barrel out some smoke or anything like that, steam through here is always nice to have. Stainless steel sink, stainless steel cooktop with a 2-burner stove, microwave, and we do have a little storage up here, a little hood fan, little light, which is always nice to blow that additional smoke out there, a couple of drawers underneath here, and a good size. This is all full-size cabinet. Usually these are about half set up because you have other stuff in here, but easy access to anything. Garbage can in here, additional pots, pans on the floor. And then going into this, so this is going to be an additional sleeping space, obviously a couch as well. So setting this up, lift that up, Jackknife sofa drops down, you have another bed to sleep in, cup holders on the side, USB ports once again set up, charge your phones and devices, and then your window, that is an emergency exit window, these two, and that flips out this way. So you do get good airflow, cross airflow through here as well. Coming into the double bunk beds as we were talking about, and the outside storage, so accessible from the outside or storage to the inside as well. So 2 double bunks. You do have a window up on top, USB ports for plugging in here for the kids' phones or tablets, and then we do have your refrigerator set up. 12-volt refrigerator. It is a 10 cubic foot refrigerator. 12 volts going to run off your batteries, and the fact that we order these with the 12-volt system with solar combo. Now what that does is replenishes your batteries. You're about a 2.2, 2.4 amp draw per hour on your fridge. You're charging your batteries anywhere from 14 to 16 amps per hour. Very, very efficient, as long as you don't have and do what I'm doing right now, which is holding open the refrigerator door. But once it closes and seals up, they actually take less of a draw once they come up the temperature. I've been proven on this. I was a gas electric, propane electric refrigerator guy for years and years. We're talking over 25 years. Once they introduced these there, I put them to the test myself. I'll tell you more about that when you get here, but we definitely put these to the test, and they've passed every one of my tests. So, and I'm as stubborn as they come when it comes to refrigerators. Going into your bathroom, easy access, a lot bigger than it looks from the outside, but you do have a little vanity sink in here, toilet, and your shower pan set up with your skylight, and you do have a vent in here as well. So a little powered fan vent. They call it a fart fan in the industry, but it is what it is. But it will exhaust a lot of those, the moisture from a shower, from a hot shower, from that tankless water heater, which is nice. And then of course any odors in here get expelled out of that fan, which was pretty sweet. I think this is a great trailer that's gonna really touch a lot of people's arrangements for, I just wish it had that couch or more seating or this or that. It's got great sleeping, it's got a great sitting area. I think you'd love to come down and take a look at this. It's highly impressive. Cool new floor plan. Fellow campers, once again, Frank with Motor Sportsland. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hey, like and subscribe if you do like it. I really would highly appreciate it. We do have current online pricing, and we really would love to see you on the lot.